Hello everyone, I'm here to talk to you about my experience with the GMMK Pro by Glorious. The version I have in front of me is the black slate version, and I have it completely stock with the aluminum plate. What I have here installed is the Holy Panda switches. I got them from Durock. I lubed them with Tribosis 3203. That whole lubing process took quite some time, but you know what? The feel of it is significantly different, a lot more smoother and a lot less, I don't know, scratchy, I'd say. Either way, I'm happy with the feel. I also have the Matt3o, or I'm not sure if it's called Matteo. Me being Italian, when I see Matt3o, I see Matteo. I don't know if it's habit or whatnot, but I got the Matt3o black on white. I find it very sleek. It took a little bit of time to get used to. It definitely feels different than a regular keyboard with these keycaps, but the visual look of it to me is just stunning. The contrast is nice. The text is crisp. Everything just looks pro. I'm coming from a Logitech G915 TKL keyboard. I really enjoyed that keyboard. It was definitely good for gaming. What I didn't like about it is the scroll wheel. The scroll wheel is in the top over here, and it felt loose and sloppy. It's almost like it had no resistance to it. But other than that, it was okay. The keys were a little bit wobbly. There's a little wobble in here too, but not too much. But overall, I was definitely satisfied with it. I just wanted to try something different and kind of dabbled my feet into the keyboard hobby. And I think I went down a deep and dangerous rabbit hole for my wallet. So what I want to do here is talk about my experience with this. So first off, my impression is it's very well built. It's sturdy. It feels like it's got some decent heft to it. Like you can definitely hit somebody. If you hit somebody with this, it's definitely going to hurt. But beyond that, the typing experience with this, I definitely like the sound. It's significantly better than my Logitech G915. I don't know, it just feels I would say thonky. It's just satisfying. I have the gold knob here as well. It's a nice little touch. It's a little wobbly, but it's not too bad. And I also have the wooden wrist rest here. It's sized for a TKL, but I think it works well for this purpose. And, it definitely helps your typing experience. Without it, your hand's bending up a little bit much. This is exaggerated, but you get a more inline typing experience with it. So I definitely would recommend it. Another thing I want to do is I do have another keycap set that I haven't tried yet. I'm going to swap these all out with the GMK Laser V2. See if there's any sound difference between the two models or the two keycap sets. After that, I want to do a comparison with the polycarbonate plate. I purchased one based on reviews of that other people have posted online and on YouTube. I think that it'll enhance the lighting experience. So there's a little bit of diffusion that happens with the LED lights that are on the keycaps or on the PCB plate, and it shines through a little bit better. Other than that, I also heard that it tones down the pitch of the key presses. So I'm interested to hear how that works out. Another thing that I'm looking at exploring is removing the standoffs on the plate. I heard that gives you a softer typing experience. So I'm going to do that and report back. Lastly, I'm going to upgrade the stabilizers to Durock V2s. These do rattle a little bit, and the sound test will show that. But overall, unless you're being very nitpicky, it doesn't bother me too much. But I can imagine it bothering some, especially the elitists. So I also do a comparison between the G915 and this as well at the end, just so someone who's coming from the gaming market or a gaming enthusiast wants to see what, the difference is between a keyboard of a similar price point. Well, maybe not a similar price point because this is definitely more expensive, but the next level up. It compares to a gaming keyboard from a well-known brand. So I've switched the keycaps over to the GMK Laser 2. Initial impressions are that it's good. It feels good. It sounds a little bit more high pitched, a little less thonky, but overall it's a good alternative. The keycaps feel very textured, which I actually think is a good thing. I think it feels more of a traditional typing feel as well, like a regular keyboard. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do the typing test. So next up I have the Logitech G915 TKL. This is a gaming keyboard, and I really like it for gaming. It feels nice. It's nice and compact. Before I had a full-size keyboard on here, and I definitely wish I had more space, so that's what led me to go into the smaller form factor. Another attractive feature of it is that it is wireless. Sometimes it's nice to watch a movie, kick back with the feet up, and then just type or, browse the internet. So that's what's good about this keyboard. So I'm going to go ahead and do a typing test so that you guys get a comparison between the GMMK Pro and the Logitech G915 TKL. So I've swapped the plate out from the aluminum to the polycarbonate. My initial impressions were that it sounded fairly pleasant. I think I like the sound of this a little bit better. It's growing on me. I'm going to have to listen to the videos on an A/B type scenario where I can actually get a real feel for it, but I'm leaning towards this right now. There were some issues with the installation. I found that the plate was fairly tight to the PCB. It caused a concave bow upwards, which, I don't know if is causing some other problems. For example, I noticed some missed registers from the A key presses and the Y key presses. I also noticed some double registering of button presses from G and M. So I don't know if that's something to do with the plate. I didn't notice it with the aluminum plate, so I think it very well could be. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead with the sound test and let you guys make a decision on what you think sounds the best. So my final impressions are fairly positive. Overall, I'm happy with the keyboard. It definitely feels good. It sounds better than any other keyboard that I've had. Now, I'm just getting into this semi quasi enthusiast grade keyboard building. So take my opinion with that in mind. In terms of my final build, I think I'm going to keep the Matt3o black on white keycaps with the polycarbonate plate and the Durock V2 stabilizers. I did try the Durock V2 stabilizers on the aluminum plate. I did get them to fit. It was a pretty tight squeeze. That being said, the polycarbonate plate I think needs a little bit more work and a little bit more finagling. I did have double button press registrations for a couple keys and some misregistrations for keys as well, such as A and Y. So in order to what I did to mitigate some of that, and pretty much most of it, is I took the keyboard, the housing apart, tightened down some of the screws down a little bit tighter, and reassembled it. One last thing too, I did actually cut out the hole for the rotary encoder. I made it a little bit bigger. I did that to relieve some of the stress that was caused, by the tight fit, and that might have helped a little bit. I'm not sure. Right now, it's hard to tell what one thing that I did help the missed button registrations and the double key presses, but overall I think I'm pretty happy. Another benefit of the polycarbonate plate is that the lighting is significantly better. It just shines through a lot nicer. So as you can see here, if you were to do a comparison, it just looks better. So in the end, would I recommend this? Yeah, if you want to dabble into the market, I think that you'll enjoy it. I think my next project, I'm actually going to build a keypad. Even though I don't use the keypad very often for gaming, I do use it for work quite frequently. So it'd be one of those things that's nice to take out of the drawer or move it from a different part of your desk that is not being used to the work position. So, well, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully some of you girls and guys out there got something out of this video. Whether it being you like this configuration, or you like the sound of the GMK Laser V2, or you think that the Logitech G915 is a good solution for what your needs are. So thanks again, and hope to see you guys around.